The opening of John's Gospel has been called the most profound 18 verses ever written about the nature of existence. But what makes these ancient words so revolutionary even in our modern world?
That's such an interesting perspective. While most ancient texts feel dated, these verses tackle questions people are still wrestling with today about meaning, truth, and our relationship with the divine.
Well, you know what fascinates me most? The way John immediately establishes Jesus' cosmic significance. Instead of starting with a birth narrative, he goes straight to, in the beginning was the Word.
The parallel with Genesis 1:1 seems really intentional there. What do you make of that connection?
Oh, it's absolutely deliberate. John wants readers to understand that Jesus isn't just another historical figure, but was present at creation itself. And get this, the Greek word he uses for word is logos, which carried huge philosophical significance.
Hmm, that's interesting because logos meant both divine reason and creative force in Greek philosophy. So John's actually bridging multiple cultural frameworks.
Exactly. And then he introduces this powerful metaphor of light versus darkness that works on multiple levels. You know, both the physical reality we all understand and deeper spiritual truths.
The way people responded to that light is particularly striking. Even though Jesus was the true light, many actively chose darkness instead.
And here's what's fascinating. The reasons people rejected the light then are remarkably similar to why people reject Christ today. Recent surveys show skepticism, relativism, and disappointment with religion are still major factors.
Though John balances that sobering reality with such profound hope, that transformative promise that those who receive him become children of God.
Right. And notice how he emphasizes this isn't something we achieve through our own efforts. It's not about ancestry or human decision, but being born of God.
That leads to what many scholars consider the most extraordinary claim. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. What's the significance of that particular phrasing?
Well, the Greek word for dwelling literally means tabernacled. It's connecting Jesus' incarnation with how God's presence dwelt in the tabernacle during Israel's wilderness wanderings. But now, instead of a tent, God comes in human form.
The personal nature of that divine revelation is remarkable when you think about it, choosing to make himself known through a person we can relate to.
And John says they actually saw his glory. Imagine witnessing something of Christ's divine nature, even through his human form. Historical accounts suggest it was both terrifying and beautiful.
You know what stands out to me? The description of that glory as being full of grace and truth. Those specific attributes seem significant.
Oh, they absolutely are. Studies show most religious figures historically emphasized either strict truth telling or unconditional acceptance. But John presents Jesus as perfectly balancing both.
That balance feels especially relevant for our current cultural moment, doesn't it?
It really does. And what's powerful is how John concludes while no one has ever seen God, Jesus has made him known. Through Jesus, we can finally understand what God is really like.
The theological depth packed into these verses is remarkable. How do these themes set up the rest of John's gospel?
Well, he establishes several key ideas he'll develop: Jesus' divine identity, the necessity of personal belief, the gift of becoming God's children. And get this, scholars have identified over 40 references back to this prologue throughout the rest of the book.
The way he combines profound theology with practical implications is masterful. This isn't just abstract philosophy.
You know what's interesting? Recent studies show growing numbers of people identify as spiritual but not religious. And John's prologue speaks directly to that mindset, presenting Jesus not as the founder of religion, but as the eternal Word who brings light and life.
That universal invitation does seem to transcend cultural and religious boundaries.
And that's perhaps why these 18 verses have captivated readers for 2 millennia. They address both our highest philosophical questions and our deepest personal longings, suggesting both find their answer in the Word who became flesh